So are books actually ever really banned?
Books are not really banned because of the First Amendment.
So then why do on websites and other places they call them banned books?
They're really not banned, they're just considered controversial. And people have a problem with the book, so they try to get it banned or taken out of the library, but they never actually succeed because of the First Amendment.
Believe it or not, in 2013, books are being challenged and banned across the United States, home of the First Amendment. That's the one about Congress making no laws prohibiting freedom of speech or of the press. It turns out that just because you write and publish a book, it doesn't mean it can't be challenged or protested to prevent libraries from carrying it or bookstores from selling it. Books are banned for all kinds of reasons: language, sex, violence, subversive ideas, offending religions. You know, the stuff you see on TV 24/7. That's the kind of content that gets books banned in repressive countries without the freedom of the press we have. Countries like Iran, Russia, Egypt, and Cuba. These countries don't just ban a book, they even burn them, a tactic used by Taliban in Afghanistan, or by the Nazis in World War II Germany, or by religious groups throughout history in Europe. Of course, that kind of thing doesn't happen here anymore, unless you're a church in Florida. Every year in September, the American Library Association sponsors Banned Books Week and lists the books that have been most frequently challenged in the U.S. in the past year. What kinds of books are banned? Bad books, dangerous books. We're not talking Harry Potter here. Or we are. That's right. The Harry Potter books have made the banned book list frequently. In 2012, that list included And Tango Makes Three, a true story about two male penguins at New York's Central Park Zoo who raised a baby penguin together. Aww, who doesn't like penguins? People in Shiloh, Illinois, Charlotte, North Carolina, Sterling, Virginia, and numerous other cities, that's who.
Over the recent decade, 5,099 books were challenged. About 1,600 were challenged due to sexually explicit material. About 1,300 were challenged due to offensive language, and others were challenged due to violence, homosexuality, and some were deemed unsuited for the age group. Now we will look into some of America's most surprisingly challenged books. Tarzan was challenged in 1961, and it was challenged because there was no evidence that Tarzan and Jane were married before they started living together in the treetops. The dictionary was banned in 1969 in Alaska because schools and libraries believed that there were objectionable entries, such as the slang words bed, knocker, and balls. Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, was challenged in 1983. It was challenged because throughout the book, there were numerous sexually explicit passages. Also in 1983, the Alabama State Textbook Committee called for rejecting the book because it was a real downer. Dr. Seuss's The Lorax was challenged in 1989 because the logging industry was insulted by the anti-disforesting plotline. Little Red Riding Hood was challenged in 1990 in Culver City, California. It was challenged because officials there saw the message as "alcohol is yummy." They were outraged that Little Red Riding Hood is pictured with a bottle of wine in her basket, which Granny later gugs down. In 2006, Charlotte's Web was challenged by a parent group in Kansas. Their group's central complaint was that humans are the highest level of God's creation, and they said we're the only creatures that communicate vocally. Showing lower life forms with human abilities is sacrilegious and disrespectful to God. Can you name a few of the challenged books and reasons why they were challenged?
Well, recently Twilight was challenged in, I think, 2011, and it was challenged because of offensive language and religious views. Also, Captain Underpants was challenged, and it was challenged because of it wasn't appropriate for the age level and offensive language. Some other things that were challenged just recently were Hunger Games because of the violence, and it goes against government.
So, what will our government and parents do next? Will they challenge all books with sexually explicit material? Will they challenge all books with swear words? Will they end up finally challenging all famous books throughout our world's history? What do you think?